It's a pretty good day for a trophy hunt out here on Hemmeldal, and of course when I say trophy hunt, I do mean competition trophies. There are competitions running for 4 different species on this map that are pretty much just simply trying to get the highest scoring animal of that species. And those would be red fox, roe deer, reindeer, and moose. And we're just gonna head out here on a map that might have the highest total competitions running right now that are active, and see what we can find. Now I will admit, of the 4 competitions that were entered in, I'd really prefer to win the reindeer or moose one, just because of the new trophies. We actually did get our 3rd place. We also got the invisible reindeer glitch, so we'll have to check those tracks in just a second. But we got 3rd place on the Ibex comp last week, and just getting to see that trophy really made me want to come back and continue hunting for more of them. And as I said at the end of the video, I'm happy to get like anywhere within the top 3 for every species. Like, I want to eventually have a trophy for every species for all those new comps. And to me it doesn't matter 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. So as far as this fox, he's not going to get us anywhere into the top 3, but 19.7 is not bad. And then there's a glitch in the Hunter Classic, specifically with reindeer, where sometimes the herds are invisible. They're one of the few species that can actually exit the map, so if they are roaming across and exit the border, say over here, they'll spawn somewhere else in, and I think it's that sometimes does make them invisible. And you have to spook them, I think specifically with a gunshot, to actually get them to spawn in. So we'll check tracks, we'll see if there is anything big. It may have just been the one female, actually. I'm gonna say this female reindeer is not the one that we spooked, because she seems to be just going along feeding, but I do want to try to drop her if we can. We do have the carbon recurve today. That's going to take her out, and it should be good and silent. There actually was a really big reindeer track in there, and I'm hoping that maybe because of the water down here, he's not going to be that far away. He was fleeing like directly at it, and if he ran into the water where he couldn't really advance forward, he might have even turned back our way. So we'll just kind of get this and move on. I don't know if female reindeer count, I guess technically they do, so we're on the board for that anyway. I had absolutely no idea that that reindeer was in our sight. I saw this fox and stopped so that we wouldn't spook it, and I realized the reindeer's actually over here on the right, and he's not bad. Unfortunately, he's missing the 2 shovels on the left antler there, but 400 to 540, I actually put slugs in the shotgun, and just because that fox isn't too far away, I think we may go ahead and try to take him with that. 540 is the top score on the competition leaderboard for this particular comp anyway, so it's not going to be number 1, but I think it's got a shot at getting into the top 3. We actually spooked another reindeer. There's a particular sound they make when they're fleeing. It sounded like just one, so it could have been a solo female, it could have been a solo bull, but I'm not sure I'm going to worry too much about that, especially after how long that particular track took. It was quite some time spent, a lot of times, just looking for the next track in the line, but I think if this guy had all 4 shovels, he'd easily be 500, but he might just make that anyway with those tops. 174 kg is huge. Lung liver and 504. I mean, that's got us in 4th place, almost cracked the top 3. But definitely one I think worth taking a trophy shot of. I've always found reindeer trophy shots to be difficult, but I think that's pretty good. It's a little unfortunate that he was missing those 2 shovels, because he probably would have got us at least into top 3 currently. I'm pretty sure there's quite some time left in that comp, so in all likelihood we'd need somewhere like 550 plus to actually stay top 3. I will say that's not a bad start for our first reindeer though. I think this bull right here is a prime example of exactly what I don't want to see when I hear a male reindeer call. 170 to 310. If we look back behind it, there is definitely a higher scoring female. I mean, even the estimate is better, and that's one of the reasons I brought the carbon recurve. If we can take out the bull and drop him immediately, there's a little more range with the carbon recurve than the heavy, and basically, it's impossible to call in a female reindeer. Only the males respond, and the females come in because they're following the leader of the group, essentially, in the male. So now they just start feeding, and with the additional range, I think we can make a lung shot on that female anyway. I wanted to drop it, but none really had a great angle to attempt it. Anyway, For this guy, double lunged him at 18 meters. We have a 267 score. That is a long shot on the other, and I didn't actually pay that much attention. I don't know if it was a decent sized female or not, but even without paying attention, I wouldn't be too surprised if it's a bigger one than that male. I don't think it was the biggest one there, but it's going to be right around that same score. Single lung at 30 meters, and yeah, 263 as a female, so I think it was 4 below the male, but not exactly a great thing when they're scoring so similarly. It can't possibly be like top of the leaderboard size, but that ptarmigan just looks physically large to me, so we're gonna go ahead and stick some birdshot in the shotgun. Just even compared to that one that flew away, it looks so much bigger, but if we can flush that, hopefully we can hit it. Now, we had some interesting ptarmigan experiences recently, so I wanted to let it actually get up above the ground so we wouldn't have the intense lag that shotguns cause, and we managed to take it down. I just hope I'm right that it's like at least above 700. The weight is going to say it's not, 638 only. Maybe it was like sitting on the rock weird, but it just looked huge. Either way, happy to take a ptarmigan along the path kind of back down here. We went up into this area, shot that one reindeer, and there's been nothing, so nice to kind of get something in between. I guess to be fair, I sort of deserve that for saying I didn't really want to win the roe deer comp. I'm pretty sure that was a minimum score estimate roe. Kind of sneaking in just down below these rocks, but if we can take him out, we will. There's another one down here which is also really small, but not as small, so I want to get this one. I feel like I heard footsteps from behind us, and I did. Another, honestly, really pathetic looking buck. I don't know how we got 3 in one area. That might be worse. Technically, it was a lower estimate, and this guy was uneven, which might hurt his score a little more. We'll see what he ends up as. Kind of a decent shot down through everything. 52 though. I'm pretty sure they can get like down in the 20s or 30s. Somehow that has us top 40, so I'm gonna guess there's approximately 37 people in that comp. But I was hoping to maybe encounter some more reindeer, and a lot of times like these sort of valleys are pretty good. So I want to go down through there and maybe end up at this tower. Tough to say for sure looking through the trees, but I'm thinking this guy is probably a 400s reindeer. I mean, estimate of 390 to 530 is solid, but he seems to be missing all the shovels. Or actually, he does have 2 just like the other. I can't see that going 500 though, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be somewhere in maybe like the 440 range. Bit of an interesting situation there with him just floating upwards. Again, we managed to not spook all the females. This seems to be maybe the best one. She, I think, was starting to drop when we made that shot, so we're lucky she even dropped. But we'll see what this guy is first. Like I said, I just can't see 500 out of that. Another decent weight one. 420 actually, so go figure. And our female probably is going to be better than the last one looking at the tops. Managed to lung and intestine her somehow. I guess because she was moving forward, but 287, so kind of bigger than that one tiny bull we had. Now that looks like a massive reindeer. I don't know if that could be better than the one we shot. To me, from this distance, I think it would be. 520 to 660. Okay, we need to get in calling range of that and try to take that down immediately. I don't know necessarily like what wins these comps normally, but I would bet that has a shot, even though he is missing 2 shovels. I think they were the 2 top ones, so the 2 that kind of impact the score the least. The frame on this guy is just massive, and I think his 2 lower shovels might be uneven, but at least he has both in the same position, so it won't be as big a deduction. Of course, this hill is super steep. I think, yeah, he's gonna stop. He sees us. That was just completely like hit or miss, whether we got that shot into a lung or the fact that he was kind of glitching would have ended up like in a, who knows, like a shoulder blade or something like that. You know what? I loaded slugs for a reason. We'll just drop a female like that. And let's see, I mean, I really don't remember the top 3, but 520 minimum, I think he might get us there, and the frame could put him well above that 520 mark. We'll have to cross our fingers here. Lung and liver to drop him 555. From what I saw before, that will put us in first. I guess somebody got a bigger one since we started the hunt. I wouldn't be shocked if that stays. We'll have to see, and I don't even know what the new reindeer trophies look like. I bet they look pretty good though. We'll have to try to get a picture of this guy, and there was a max weight moose track back there, and the moose comp is for the heaviest one, and we can go and get the shooting tripod rest and try to take him from that, because it has to be shot from like a tower or any of those sort of things. But the tripod rest will work, so if we can get a decent looking picture, and this might be the way to do it right here, we'll probably go and try to find that moose. It's difficult to show like the just mass on the tops and also show the width, but I think we have a decent medium of kind of seeing both there, so we'll accept that. We definitely have better reindeer, so we're not going to tax him. We will, though, cross our fingers that he's going to be a top 3 competition leaderboard animal. And I did go and confirm the reindeer comp still has well over a day left, so our 555 is far from safe. I actually forgot that that female was there, and I went back and grabbed the 340. So, not messing around, if we can get eyes on that moose and get the tripod set up, we'll definitely go ahead and do that. I don't imagine that the bull is with that cow. I think it would be visible, so hopefully this track's not going to be too bad. It's over an hour old, but if we can just get like one after he went down over this hill, we should be fine. I had a feeling this might happen. I just barely saw him out there. He looks alright. Decent weight too, 572, 610, so he's probably going to be like a 160 or 170 scoring moose. We'll scoot down around here. I really don't know if setting up the tripod spooks animals. I can't imagine that it would. So we just need to have a nice clear angle through there. And I think if we could figure out where he is again, somewhere right down in here should work. Maybe through this opening. So if we place this here, hopefully he doesn't run anywhere. Looks like that's going to be fine. And I think we need to enter into that. That's going to have us aim. And if we can just go ahead and make that shot, hopefully that's going to be lungs. Well, whatever it was enough to bring him down. Then we can pack this up and bring it with us. I will say, most of the time the moose comps require pretty close to the max score. Although that is for first place. I don't know what, say like second or third get. I think, at least momentarily, we might have 2 different shots at ending up with a trophy, and I mean, it would be the 2 that I was talking about at the beginning. Moose and reindeer were the 2 that I was hoping to actually maybe get a trophy for, so fingers crossed this guy is up near that 610 mark. He's going to be 609.1. There's a legit chance that a 173 ain't bad. That's got us in first now. Again, let me go and see how long is left. I want to say this is the other one that still had quite some time. And same as the reindeer comp, there's a day and 6 hours left. So maybe it's going to end up being beat 3 different times to knock us out of the top 3, maybe it's not. But at least this time, unlike the Ibex video, I'll know before the video comes out, and if we get one or both trophies, I'll definitely have them on screen in the video. But definitely a successful Hemmeldal hunt that was a little under 3 hours. And like I said, at the moment anyway, we've got a shot at placing in 2 different comps, so hopefully one or both are going to go through. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.